Do you hear it calling out to you? The yearning of your soul for something more. There's a fire inside of you. Do you feel it burn? It binds and unites all men in a fraternal brotherhood. God has appointed us man and given us power and dominion. Because of this, deep in his heart, every man longs for a battle to fight, an adventure to live, and a beauty to rescue. From the creation of the world to the dawn of time, through curiosity, guts, perseverance, and bravery, we have mastered our environment. 10,000 years ago, man discovered fire. 7,000 years ago, man discovered and began working with metal. 2,000 years ago, gunpowder was invented. But these discoveries and creations that unlock new opportunities and eras of growth and exploration aren't reserved for the great men of the past. Today, discovery happens at rates never before experienced. Those unrealized opportunities are for you and you and you. This is our world to break, change, improve, and mold. Like a child with Play-Doh, we must mold and create the future that we want for all of us. And ours will be the torchbearers that will carry the baton into the future. In the last 100 years, more inventions have been created than in the previous 2,000 years. This greatness isn't reserved for these men of old. Tonight, we want to share with you the secrets that will transform your life to one of power, success, and significance. This isn't their story. Rather, this is our story. The story of humanity, the story of man, the story of the men in this room. When men are forged by virtue, they transform into the version of themselves they are set out to become. Today we want to share the tools that will help you discover the power that exists inside you as a man called by God to lead and create. Through intentional actions and personal growth, you will improve your life and your relationships and experience the joy of a purpose-filled life. This calling exists in you. It is written in your genetic code, encoded in your DNA. The fathers in this room have passed this calling directly to their sons. We know our sons have always been the first and last line of defense of our great nation. They fight our wars and they build our futures. Christopher Columbus. Imagine the fortitude, commitment, and bravery it took to kick off a new era of exploration. When Christopher Columbus was still a teenager, he got a job on a merchant ship. He remained at sea until 1476 when pirates attacked his ship. Afraid of the monsters believed to be waiting in the uncharted waters, as well as the fear of falling off the edge of the earth. Yet, they pushed past those fears and set out anyway. When John F. Kennedy addressed the nation, he told the American people,
"We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things, not because they are easy, but because they are hard."
Neil Armstrong and the Apollo 11 crew, building a rocket is one thing. But who in their right mind would strap themselves to that rocket and fling themselves into the cold, vast darkness of space? What spirit of adventure would it take to push past those fears? To leave your family knowing you might not return? What kind of faith does it take in your team and the people around you to fly to the moon? Pushing forward into greatness and power, Neil Armstrong's one small step for man and one giant leap for mankind changed the world. Why? Because we went. Martin Luther King Jr. proved to the world that leadership is more than a title obtained and given by men, who in his time, due to his ability and influence, held more power and accomplished more in this country than the President of the United States at the time. These are examples of men who changed this country and the world through their boldness, need to explore, push the limits of humanity, and step into the greatness that they demanded of themselves. We know our sons have always been the first and last line of defense of this great nation. They fight our wars and they build our future, and that they are being tested in this cultural war. Our country needs our sons to lead, all men to step up, walk with them, and take responsibility for creating a better community around all of us. How then will they stand boldly and persevere? The question becomes, are you willing to step into your greatness? Do you have the bravery to step out boldly? And do you have the perseverance and grit to stand on the battlefield unafraid? We are explorers, creators, soldiers, generals, husbands, fathers, and sons. We are leaders. We are men.